Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the best new mods in Palworld's 1.0 update. From gameplay enhancements to quality of life to graphical overhauls, we have something here for everyone. There's going to be over 20 different mods that I'll be covering here, and for example, we have things like the PalMiniMap, which you can see gives a mini-map to the top right corner of the game. There's also shining Luckies, which will recolor lucky pals. We also have ultra graphics here, which will showcase how this looks, adding in some ray tracing. We also have the Palbox Search Plus as well. Open Palbox anywhere, so you can literally just at any point open up your Palbox and search by name. First up though, we're going to cover the PalMiniMap mod here by Gene Casio. This is a super useful quality of life here. You see the top right corner, you can see all the different pals that are in the nearby area. You can also have this so that it can easily be toggled on or off. You can also have full control over moving the map here if you want to resize it or put it in a different location. And it has a full configurable menu here so you can go through and actually update what you want with this type of mod. You can do things like showing the eggs, nodes, any of the effigies there. And you also can see in the corner that it shows the pals that are nearby. You can have this re-render to train on certain performance-based metrics here, so you can have it go quicker or slower. And it's really good because you can change the overall size of this and how much it's going to occupy on your screen here. That's really cool because if you go to sprint here, you see that the map zooms out a little bit and it allows you to just hunt down pals that you're looking for because you can just quickly and easily see them on the map in the locations that they appear. And you can also zoom out quite a bit here if you just want to see the bigger picture, for example, if you're flying on the back of Hydrolon. So yeah, that is the PalMiniMap, all one word here by Gene Casio. Next up, we have the Ultra Graphics mod by Franson here. Now, this actually adds in some pretty intense lighting into the game. So that's what it looks like normally. This is what it's going to look like with a mod. Now, depending on your performance, you're going to get different values out of this because if you're not running a super enhanced PC, it may not run as good as you'd imagine because, again, we're adding in something quite intense with actual lighting. So I had to take it off mine, but you can see here what this looks like. I just want to keep the performance good for a video, but yeah, you can see it lights up the whole area. If you're using things like campfires, this is super noticeable, and you can see even the player will have their own shadows that are casted, and even attacks will have a different light up effect, which I think looks really cool. There's also the ability to toggle the lumens or performance mode as well, and the mod creator listed that they use a 59 and they're getting around from basic 152 frames per second and then the mod 142 to 92 there. But I play with like 30 bases, so I end up turning this one off. I did like playing with it, but depending on your PC, performance may not be there. But next up, we have the Open Palbox Anywheres mod by RSDTools, who makes a lot of really useful mods. This is simple. You just go into game and you'll just have to press O to access your Palbox at any location. So obviously the base is not going to be there, but this will be your Palbox as it is, which is nice because let's say you just want to swap out a team on the fly without having to go back to a base. Now you can with this mod, making it easier than ever to test out different build combinations, bring your favorite pals along with you, and if let's say you want to fly in and then remove your flyer, it just literally takes 2 seconds to go and press the O key. Now, not every single mod is going to be made for Game Pass, but RSDTools does a good job of making these exclusive for both Steam and Game Pass players. Yeah, the Open Palbox Anywheres is definitely recommended. And I'm going to pair this up with the Palbox Search Plus here by Aromiro. Now, what this mod does is whenever you go to access your Palbox, it just makes it so much easier. If you're looking for a specific tail or pal, you can then search it up and it's going to pull them exactly as you see here. And it's actually good because I search grin for Grintail. It also pulls up a Chemi here with the Grinning Death partner skill. So if you remember just the partner skill name, you can just search that up. This just makes it easier than ever if you need to compare your pals, like you got a group of them here and you just want to make it easy for yourself to go through all of them. So yeah, this is a massive quality of life. I feel like this is something that they will add in a future update because it is just so useful. And things like the Palpedia also need that because it's annoying to scroll down and find the pals where they're at, whereas you can just search them up quickly. But yeah, Aromiro's Palbox Search Plus is such a good quality of life. Another quality of life, fast travel to any map icon. I've used a few different map mods in my time. I've played this game since the first release. This mod here by RSDTools is super useful because you can literally just go in and teleport to anywhere. It's not have to use your Palbox, but you can also go ahead, let's say like you want to travel to like a boss, you can do that. You can then also go ahead, place down a marker, shift left click it, and fast travel to the marker. Now, just be mindful that it is not a perfect tool because we clipped underneath the map here, but that is the nature of teleporting. If you've ever used other mods, yeah, we had the skybox or the ground there we're not able to go through. But for example, I just did one that was a little bit closer to the coast here, and we traveled in no problem. So your mileage may vary. It does work fine most times when used, so just be mindful that you sometimes will get teleported into the earth. That's just, again, the nature of these things. But you can then, again, just pop back out at any point. This is nice if there's like a certain type of target that you want to quickly go and farm, like if you're going after any of the fugitive fights, you can just quickly teleport into them, making this easy. It's kind of just a quality plus mod, so I would highly recommend traveling around often, as this game has great scenery and amazing pals to travel with. But this is more so just to cut down on the annoyances. Sometimes you just want to travel back to an area quickly. Now, next up is a super handy mod. If you ever just want to look at a pal at a quick moment and see exactly what it is all about, all you have to do is press the left Alt key when using the Pal Insight 1.02 or 1.0.2 here by CrateXNet. Now, this mod is super useful because, again, this just lets you look at a glance and be able to tell everything about a pal without having to put too much work into, like, going in through the menus. So if you're going to go catch a pal, you can just see, is this one worth it? Does it have the attacks that I want? Does it have the stats that I want? All you have to do is just walk alongside it and press the left Alt key, and it'll simply just tell you all the details you need to know at a glance. It'll also give you possible drops that will come from this pal, so it makes farming easier than ever. So yeah, Pal Insight is such a useful mod by CrateXNet here. Next up, we got Zenara. Now, it comes with two different versions, one with just the face or just the body here. And this lets you play as the final boss of the game. So really cool, because I find that this actually works really well for the character. You do get her hair after all, so it only makes sense that we're able to actually get her actual character too. And it just fits well within the world of Palworld. So yeah, it is a little bit tight there, but the model just works fine on the default character. And what's cool about this mod is that if you wanted to use any of the default hairstyles, you can then use them with this. So yeah, you can get some pretty cool looks. There are some hairstyles that just have a bit of clipping. Obviously, that's just kind of the way that things like this go. But for the most part, from the camera angles, you won't notice some of these hairstyles, but there are a lot that will cover it. If you didn't want to use the equipment appearance here and change, you can use any of them really, but I just found that using the basic one here, and this can be crafted if you go into your furniture here and you scroll down, you do have to unlock the antique dresser here, but highly recommend it to be able to swap these out. So that is the Zenara mod by Baihichu 1123. Next up, we got the Stutter Fix Pack here by Soltilu. This is so useful because, yeah, the game does have some performance issues, as it naturally would with a game of this scale. And no matter what you do, you may not have a resolve for it without downloading a mod. I found this one work really good, especially if you have a lot of items on the ground. There are world settings you can change. But if you're going to be playing, it also does, so basically it fixes any of the stutters that may occur with lots of items on the ground. For myself as well, it fixed the stutters that I was getting whenever you aim down sights with a gun. I'm not sure where it was happening, but whenever I would aim down any gun, it would cause massive lag spikes, which is no longer happening after using this mod. So yeah, I think that's pretty worth it, the Stutter Fix Pack by Soltilu. And next up, we got the Multi-Pal Summon Rebirth Fork here by ArcVZ. Now, this mod's not for everyone because the balance of Palworld really just depends on like what you got for pals and things like that. But if you want to bring out all 5 of your pals at once and just feel like an actual pal tamer that's got their full party, this lets you do that at any time. So basically, all you have to do is summon in your pals, leave them in the world, go to the next pal, summon them in, and it'll let you recall them all. It just makes them separate from each other, which is really sweet. And next up, we got the AnitPhat Pal Resize here by Silently Bren. Now, this is a super useful mod because if you have pals that you, let's say, made before the 1.0 update and you have a lot of alphas, this just will let you reduce their size. And it's literally just its own menu here on the main menu. So you have a lot of toggles. There are others that do similar, but this one is the most in-depth with being able to like resize bosses and shinies or force normal size, change the size of your base pals. You can make it only apply to certain sizes. You can change the scaling of them, so you can make them really small if you wanted to, or you can make them, you can really just change the size of them in general. You can change your party, wild, and this is the table here. You can add new entries to it as well, but really nice quality. It's super useful just because it is kind of annoying with those large pals. I know I have a few that just take up a lot of space in certain bases. I've turned it off only for XL size pals because I just like to have a variety of different sizes, but this is super useful just due to the massive number of configurable targets there. So yeah, if you want your King Penguin here to be a little smaller, you can make it a lot easier. And next we got Better Night Light version 2.6 here by xpyro99. I really like this because the night times in this game are pretty beautiful, but being able to see a little bit better at nighttime is all that much better. So yeah, if you have a PC that or a monitor setup that does not have high gamma, this will let you see at nighttime a lot easier. So I like it just because it looks beautiful and it's a nice shade of blue. It does have a kick in whenever you are using it, like you'll be exploring and then you're going to see the sky change colors briefly. This can cause a little tiny bit of lag if you're using other types of mods, but they'll typically list that out for you. But Better Nightlight V2 by xpyro99. I think it looks amazing. Now next up, you probably were wondering what I had going on with my character because we have no back weapons. This is the Remove All Back Weapons mod by Gantz79. This is super nice because it is the most maintained mod of this type for the latest 1.0 update. And it'll let you remove all the items off your character's back. So if you're using something like the Zenara mod and you want to see the entire character without having the weapons block it, this is the mod for you. This can be extremely cumbersome if you're using items like the Plasma Multi-Cutter. Just a quick heads up, it'll only the weapons that are shown your character's back are 1 and 2 here. So yeah, you can kind of change that on your own, but this just makes it so much easier. So yeah, Remove All Back Weapons by Gantz79. We also got the Wing Pack, no wing cell cost by RSDTools. Now, there's 2 versions of this mod, which is nice because, or 4 I should say, Game Pass, non-Game Pass, and there's a one that's gonna hide the wings. One of the things that is kind of annoying is the glider. It shows whenever it's appearing on your back, it's huge and it's annoying, it takes up a lot of space, more than the weapons. This will look, depending on your thoughts, a little silly if you're just gonna fly around because you don't see the wings afterwards, but at least you don't have that big thing on your back anymore, and it gives you the Superman vibe, so yeah, it's cool. I like this just because the wings do take up a lot of real estate on the character's back, so to be able to remove that a little bit easier when you're using the wingsuit here, I just think this mod is great. So again, it's more mods by RSDTools. Much like the instant fishing auto catch mod here by RSDTools. Now this does as it applies, so if you don't like the fishing but you want to reap the benefits of it, just download this mod because you can toss your line out and be able to just catch instantly. So without having to do any of the annoying minigames, they're fun the first few times you do it. Afterwards, it feels like it's rage baiting you. So this can just allow you to fish a lot easier because even just pulling out a line and getting all the baits and everything is a lot of work in itself. This lets you just catch like you never had to work too hard for it, which I think is just fine. So I should mention these mods are by Hi, I'm Tad, uploaded by RSDTools here. So yeah, really, really useful mod. And next up we got the Recover Pal Spheres here by Vicos X. This is so useful because whenever you throw them out, it's going to just roll and then appear in the overworld, so you can go and collect them when you miss. I know I've tossed away a lot of them that I wish I didn't, and it's easy because it just takes a quick button press. This will help you save your items, and it works even with the single shot launcher here, and even with the scatter shot, you're gonna pollute the ground with all of these. So be mindful of using any mods that reduce the amount of pickups in the world. You may end up having this impacted, but yeah, it shoots out a ton of them, and it works with all the ones that you see here. So this is a super useful mod. I highly recommend it. And next up we got the Play as Lucy mod here by Iron Boy. Big Cyberpunk fan. I was using this, you've probably seen in the earlier sections of the video when I had it out. But yeah, it really does look like Lucy, so I had to give a shout out to this. Big fan of Cyberpunk, so yeah, I love this mod. It is seriously so cool. I also make mods myself for a variety of different games, but something about Cyberpunk, it is just something that aligns well with modding. CD Projekt Red is pretty supportive with their own modding community as well, which I think is really nice. So yeah, let's Play as Lucy by Iron Boy, and also obviously shouts out to CD Projekt Red for that. Next we got the Effigy Beacons here by Dosticles. Now, this is a simple quality life. If you're a completionist, this is a perfect mod for you because you can see the beacons from miles away. It gives them like that death beacon, so you can just hunt them down. It does pollute the land, but it's nice though. If you're wanting to clear out the entire map and feel like you've got that full 100% experience, this is a mod to just help accelerate that with the Effigy Beacons. Next up, we got the Keep Working While Alt-Tabbed by Vercati. Now, this is, as the name implies, it'll just let you basically keep playing with basically if you Alt-Tab, it'll freeze the in-game world. This prevents your pals from not continuing their work. So honestly, just a small quality life mod that is really nice. It adds up, especially if you're watching YouTube or doing other things while you play the game and letting your pals work. This can be a mod that just lets you have like a quality plus. And next we got the Increased Shiny Chance Customizable 1.0 Compatible by Loki9. This is a really nice mod because some people just want to have a lot of lucky pals. And especially if you're using one of the other mods that does change the colors of them, this makes them much, much more common. There are other ways to do this. This has configurable menus. That's why I want to recommend it. Not for everyone, but If you want to get the shiny Lucky Pals, this is the fastest way to do it. Now, I meant to mention this one sooner. Pal Priority here by Feninro. This is huge. If you played RimWorld, this is basically what that does. So going to the monitoring stand, instead of selecting a place for them to go to, you're going to place this. It'll do this first, it'll do this second, and then you can also have a flow with another one. Like this will do this one third, this will do this fourth, so you can have full control over how your pals work, which I think is super useful. Just straightforward, and for those that have played RimWorld, you will definitely enjoy the Pal Priority mod. I know there's another one out there similar to this, but it's just super useful. So another quality of life UI mod is the no game version on HUD for 1.0 by Cates. Now Cates is a legendary modder for a lot of different games, and you see the top left corner of the screen, no longer does it say that you're using mods or what the game version is. I get annoyed by that. Just go download this mod. It just works simply and easy. It's just a small thing, but your UI is just so much cleaner. And next up, we got the no crafting cost by AnitPhat RSDTools. This is super useful for those that just want to build huge bases. It just makes crafting free. So yeah, if you want to, go ahead with creating anything, you can break them down. You can get your items. Yeah, no crafting cost. And I just gotta say, definitely worth checking out the RSDTools page on Nexus Mods for things like remote easy bulk store, remote access everything, pal sets. All their mods are very high quality, and it just makes the game so much more simple. There's probably a lot of stuff out there that you'd like to see, and I'll probably do some more videos talking about their mods in the future, but it's 100% worth checking out. There's just so much good stuff here to help out with your next playthrough. And finally, the Shining Luckies Recolored Lucky Pals mod by Apollocy 22. This is a huge mod. I'll probably do a separate video where I go a little bit more in depth in this, just because there is so much going on with this pal. This mod. I didn't want to take up the entire video with it, just because it is seriously so cool. This lets you whenever you find a shiny or a lucky pal in the world, it is going to have a full-on recolor here, so you can see some pretty cool stuff. I love this. If you're a fan of the other creature catching games out there that have this mechanic where the lucky 1 in a million has this look, I guess 1 in 4,000-ish, this is the mod for you. Just such a cool idea here, and yeah, it just gives you some rarity for catching certain pals, and I actually feel like these colors are really well done. So yeah, I'll likely do a future video on this where I maybe just go and explore and try to find these or something, because I am just in love with this. There's so much going on. But yeah, that mod is made by Apollocy 22. Now, a lot of amazing mods for Palworld. I do make mods for other games like Baldur's Gate 3, so I will likely do some future videos on this, as I'm a big fan of supporting or just giving some information about the great mods out there. I listed all the mods out by their name, and I'll have that in the description as well. Unfortunately, I'm not able to share links on YouTube anymore, so I'll just have the names of the mods and timestamps so you can go and find these for yourself, but they are all on Nexus Mods, and a lot of them do have like the Steam Workshop version available too. But if you found this video useful, hit the subscribe button below. Hope you have a great day, and we'll catch you in the next one. And don't forget to go endorse these mods as well.